And 3, 2, 1. Oh, that's on me. Hey there, fellow maker. Welcome down to the shop. Bill here, and today we're going to be weathering my Bladerunner blaster. I finished this guy a couple of weeks ago and I asked if I should weather it or not, and the comments were pretty split down the middle. So, to appease everyone, I made a second one. So I cast another one of these guys. I got it all prepared and I'm gonna weather one of these. This piece was made without using any paint, and I'm gonna do the same thing with the weathering. I'm gonna weather it like a real gun would be weathered, with dirt and mud and oil. It's gonna be awesome. The first thing I wanna do is tear this thing down and oil it up. So the first thing I'm gonna do is take the battery out of this. This part here is gonna get covered in mud and I don't wanna short anything out. So this is the battery. I covered it in tape so that I could keep the outside of this from shorting the rest of the circuit. So this tape will go back on, but first I need to take the batteries out. Like that, and then there are my batteries. So this can go back together and be prepared to get all muddy. I've got my blaster mostly apart. I don't think I need to tear it all the way down. Now what I want to do is oil everything. I probably should have looked up a real gun oiling tutorial. I'm sure there are plenty of good ones out there. I'm just going to kind of cover it with this sort of multi-purpose oil. I don't have any actual gun oil, but I think this will do the trick. I really just need to get it all greasy and sort of lubricated, and then I'll wipe most of it down, and then I'll put it back together and we'll get to getting it muddy. I'm sure all of the people who actually know how to maintain a gun right now are yelling at their screens, Bill, you're doing it wrong. Well, don't worry. I'm usually doing it wrong. Oh, it's so greasy. I think I'm only going to lube up the parts that's supposed to look like metal. I don't think the black plastic parts need to be lubed up because they wouldn't have any moving parts. You know what else I'll do too is make sure that the hammer in there gets lubed. Get this thing all greased up, and then I'll just take my paper towel and kind of clean it off. There we go. Hey, that looks really cool, all shiny like that. I'm gonna have to take my gloves off to really clean it, but I think I'll just move on to the rest of the parts. Wow, there's something about how shiny and metallic it looks with that grease on there. That's really cool. Now I don't want to clean it up too well. I want this to have some grease still on it. Ah. Okay, cool. Well, this thing is definitely super greasy now, and I think it's time to put it back together. Okay, it's all put back together and it's a little bit more shiny now because it's got all that grease on it. We can see compared to the normal one that's just kind of subtle, but the metallic parts on this guy here are just a little bit more shiny and wet. But the real step is going to be mud. So we need to go out, get ourselves some dirt. Let's go! Oh, this is some good dirt. Yeah. Nice sticks and pine, I don't know if I need pine cones, but this will be pretty good. It's time to make our witch's brew. Yeah. Smells so earthy. It's got a lovely body to it. All right, here we go. That's rolling. And 3, 2, 1. That's on me. Well, it and me are all dirty now, but I'm just gonna kind of get everything in there, get it really gross, try and get it down in the text, but Mission accomplished. All right, let's head back to the bench and get it cleaned up. Ooh. Okay, it's nice and wet and grimy. I kind of wish this mud was a little more muddy. It's just more gritty. So I got some more dirt I'm just gonna sprinkle on there, kind of get that in everything. Oh yeah, I really want to get grime like down in the text in there as much as I can. Yeah. And then in there. All in that text in there, yeah. I'm trying to get like the no stick. I don't need sticks. Sticks aren't gonna stick around. Haha. It's tiny texture stuff. That's where it's gonna really stick around. In the bottom there. Oh yeah. All right, then I'm just gonna like handle it and hopefully everything still works. Oh boy, there's some grit kind of. There we go. Okay, well, I think that's probably dirty enough. I'm gonna wipe it all down and then see if we should do another round. Oh boy, the hammer doesn't quite work anymore. Oh, there it goes. Got a little brush here to get some of the bigger chunks out. I'm trying to think like if I was, you know, for real, trying to clean this in a hurry. That's kind of what I'm going for. This not gonna be perfectly clean. This can come out. I think I would take that out if I was cleaning this. For real, that's cool. It keeps all the dirt right there in the text, making it look nice and poppy. Oh, lots of it got down in there, so I think I'll take the grips off to clean that. I might even blast this with air to get all the big chunks out. Yeah, I think I am gonna do that. That went in my eye. Hey everybody, there might be sand in my eye, so I'm gonna take a 5-minute break. Ah. I'm gonna put the battery back in this and see if it still works. It looks fairly dry in there, not too bad. Hooray, lights still work. Very cool. And then the rest of this I'm just gonna kind of buff. Now I could take this apart. Actually, I wanna take the grips off and clean behind them. And I think I wanna take this out because it's really kind of stuck. So I do wanna clean out in there, but I don't think I wanna take it all the way apart because I don't wanna make it spotless. I do wanna kind of clean that up a bit though so that it moves easier in there. Look, we got a ton of grime in there. It's probably having an impact on the action a little bit. So let's see if we can get a little bit of that out of there. Woo! Yeah, we got some grossness in there that we can clean off a little bit. But like that grime and stuff in there, I'm gonna leave most of it because then it looks weathered. Clean this side off. Yeah, that's better. Lots of dirt down here in all the knurling on the handle, and I love it. Just let it ride. All right, let's clean the other side. There we go. Now we can assemble it and do one final pass of polishing, and then I think we're pretty much done. Still a little gritty, but it'll be okay, I think. One more quick little pass of polishing, and I think we're gonna call this all done. And that is our realistically weathered Bladerunner blaster. And I think that's pretty cool. It's definitely a subtle weathering job. I've cleaned off most of it, as you would want to if this was your real sidearm. So here's the clean one up here in my left hand. The biggest difference is gonna be the text because we've got a lot of dirt down in there. But if you look closely, you'll see grime around the head of that screw there, a bunch down in there because that's gonna be a hard spot to clean. Anywhere there's like mechanical nooks and crannies is gonna get a lot of dirt. And especially if you look at the grips and compare them, this is perfectly clean. This here is just got a little bit of dirt and grime on it. Now that's not sealed in there, so as I like grip this, it's gonna slowly become more clean. My hands wear this dirt away, but that's okay. That's what would really happen. There's some nice grime that's gonna be down behind this part here, which makes sense. In the real world, this is going to be an area where a lot of grime will accumulate. Overall, I think this is pretty great. I don't know if I'm going to weather all my props like this, but it was definitely a lot of fun. There was a firefight! We'll add much more impressive sounds in post. Hey, thanks so much for checking out the video. If you are new, of course, hit that subscribe button. We have prop and costume making videos coming out every single week. I have a full build on this prop. You can go check that out. I'm also selling the 3D files I used to print this. I modeled them all myself. They're for sale over on punishedprops.com. Right now they are $9, which is an absolute steal. If you want to go and make your own, you can buy those files, 3D print it yourself. I have a full tutorial showing how to assemble everything with a list of all the hardware that you'll need. All of the links for that will be down in the description. This was a super duper fun experiment. I don't know if this is the way I'm going to weather all of my props in the future, but it was definitely an interesting thing to try out. Next time I do this, I'd probably use oil paints. That's one of my favorite methods. How about you? Do you have a favorite method for weathering your props? If you do, please let me know down in the comments. Also, if you have any questions about this build or our mud method, please let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to get back to you. In any case, thanks so much for hanging out. If you want to know a little bit more about the behind the scenes on this project and many others, you can become a patron. Patreon.com/punishedprops. We've got extra credit videos for all of our builds. We also have a weekly vlog that goes on over there. Also, you can get access to our build videos a few days early. So thank you for the support, and I will see you in the next build.